Oh, oh.
I think we're going. All right. So, the elements of music. Who's got confusions, questions, wonderings, musings about the elements of music? Miss Evans.
I don't know what I don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. Got it.
Perfect.
Anybody else? Like you're just like super lost and I don't get it. Okay, cool. So, in our elements of music PowerPoint, right? One of the very first things, or maybe the very first thing that I put down there was which element? Does anybody remember? Harmony? Melody. I'm pretty sure it was melody, right? Because we're going to take these things one at a time, and we're going to dissect all of these little pieces and parts, okay? So melody. So as I'm looking at Hey Jude, right, I'm looking for what our definition of melody was like a horizontal series of notes, right? Horizontal meaning they're going to come one at a time. And you might be thinking right there as you're listening that sounds really vertical, doesn't it? It's like goes from low to high. But as you look at music, right, music is written just like text, just like English text, right? And we write it from left to right, and we go from top to bottom on the page. And yes, the music is rising and falling on the staff, right? But really, those notes are coming horizontally, aren't they? One after the other. Just like we're writing the words, like you read behind me, without music, life is a journey, right? And so you can read those words one after another horizontally, just like you can the notes of the music, okay? So if I was playing that scale again, even though your ear is hearing that going vertically and then, right, vertically down, those notes are coming on the page left to right. Are you with me? Okay. So as I'm looking at Hey Jude, the cool thing about this piece of music that you're looking at, or this score that I've given you, this is a primary source, by the way, right, is that it's got the lyrics, so you can tell kind of where we're at, right? So here's our melody. Making sense? It's super easy. It's the melody. When you guys sing Happy Birthday, what are you singing? The melody. Most of us are not singing the harmony parts to Happy Birthday. There's lots of ways you can harmonize that, right? Right? Whatever it is. You can harmonize it. You can add vertical kinds of sounds, right? When I start adding notes vertically, we start getting what? Harmony, right? So when I start with Hey Jude and I'm going, and I'm not going to sing for you because my voice is so awesome, right? Take a sad song and make it better, right? That's horizontal melody. Whether I play it on the piano, or I sing it, or I play it on my trumpet, or I play it on violin, or whatever. It's all melody, right? When I start putting those notes together, like you see at the very beginning, right? And we end up with this. Sorry. Whoa. I should do this. Right? All of a sudden now we have the melody, but underneath it we have some, what we call harmony. Okay? Cool? You're all with me still. Nobody's lost yet. Cool. And so you see the harmony parts in two places. Number one is in the bottom two staves, right? The top stave obviously is the melody all the way through. It has the lyrics. It's easy to follow, right? The bottom two staves show you what is the harmony part there, right? And we have this kind of thing going on. Right? And I'm going to simplify a little bit because I want to be able to play a little bit of harmony and a little bit of melody, and I don't have enough hands, right? Or enough space. But also, do you see those weird box-looking things at the top of the page with the dots and the squares that looks like graph paper? Anybody know what that's called? called tablature. And what that is right there is it's a way for composers to show you what it should look like on the guitar. Right? It's literally paint by number for guitar. Right? So if you see those little squares, that's what that means. And in a couple days when we're talking about Renaissance music, we're going to be talking a little bit about tablature, because it's just another way for us to notate music, right? And what it's telling you is like, for that F chord, you have the 6 strings of the guitar, and then you have the front end of the guitar, which is where the tuning pegs and stuff are, right? It's called the nut. And then each fret or each space on the guitar as you move up. You don't really need to know that. You just need to know that it's basically showing you a picture of where you should put your fingers so that when you strum the guitar, it gives you the chord that you want. Are you with me? Okay? So in 2 places, you can see the harmony. So that first chord is what we call the F chord. And then the next chord is called what? C. And then we get this weird thing called C7 sus. And then we go back to F. And I don't expect you in this class to know what all these things mean. There's the B flat chord, right? But I expect you just to know that every time you see something new, there's a new vertical sound that's coming by. Woohoo! Right? And then we went into the key of B flat for just a second and borrowed a chord, and it's all kinds of nerdy stuff. And if you want to know more about that, we have classes for that. It's called music theory. Right? I don't care if you know what notes are in the F chord. What I care about is if you see F, then C, then B flat, right? That you know that those are chords and those are harmonies. Are you with me? A little less clenchy right now so far? Okay, cool. So, any questions about melody or harmony?